Hello, infinite expressions of unspeakable love, power, and glory. Thanks so much for dropping by the video. You know, over the last couple of weeks, I've had this from the start of this channel, but I've got people coming by trying to be my spiritual teacher. And honestly, it feels a little frustrating. But this ties into the unhealthiness of the modern spiritual movement, and especially the Satsang movement. So I made a video saying kind of a parody, being like, this is not fun. People are showing up offering unsolicited advice, and someone responded to it with some unsolicited. Unsolicited advice is great when it's helpful and when it's on target and tuned in. And when it's not, of course, it's not a big deal, but we'll see how this fits in with really the dysfunction of the modern spiritual scene. So someone responded to this: one thing you could try, just walk away and live your life and be happy. Maybe it is the path that will be less frustrating for you. So first of all, I honor that this person is trying to be helpful. Everyone's trying to be helpful in every moment. That's what I believe. So the thing is I wasn't asking for advice. And how yucky is it when someone's just sharing their experience and someone else comes in and offers unsolicited advice? And not only that, but unsolicited advice that's really off. So this channel and making these videos, even making the video, which was kind of a parody of expressing how yucky it is when people show up, and not just this channel, but show up in life, like trying to fix each other, because it's always ego. Ego is the one, we're always trying to help each other. And then when we're in a clear space, we can show up and actually be helpful. When we're not in a clear space, and I'm guilty of this many times throughout the day, then that beautiful impulse to be helpful gets contorted and twisted, and it's yucky. We all know it. We all feel it. So maybe you could just walk away and live your life. So this is ridiculous. This statement is assuming that I'm not living my life, assuming, in essence, that I'm somehow obsessed, or that these comments or this channel is somehow a huge stress, when it isn't. The main stress I have at this point with this channel is yucky comments like this. And of course, it's not a major stress. Walk away, live your life, and be happy. So that's really kind of nasty, because the implication is that I'm not happy. And this, I'm not saying this person was trying to do this, but this is what we need to be mindful of. This is exactly how cults operate. They insert an untrue assumption. And again, I'm not saying this person was trying to do that. They insert an untrue assumption to try and hook you. Like, almost this exact languaging is how cults and unhealthy operates. Like, if you want to be truly happy, you'll follow this path. Or it's not necessary to suffer anymore, or it's not necessary to live the unsatisfying life that you're living. Like, that implies that someone's living an unsatisfying life. And this statement implies that I'm not happy, when in fact I'm currently ridiculously happy. Maybe it is the path that will be less frustrating for you. Again, not a big deal, but it's kind of like someone, like, let's say you work out a lot, and I'm like, you work out too much, and it would, I think, it'd be so much less stressful if you worked out less. And then internally, your experience is that, like, working out, like, you feel so good, it's a stress reliever, you're loving how good your body feels. And then someone's like, oh, it'd be less frustrating if you worked out less. The person's, the ego is ignorance. And if I made that comment to you, I would be coming from a place of ignorance because I'm not tuned into you and where you are specifically on your path. And this person isn't tuned into me. They don't know personally, and they don't know what's going on in my life. Because if they were tuned in, or if they were attuned, then they would know that this channel and making these videos and even responding to comments like I did in the other one and responding to a comment like this this is one of my workouts. It really fires me up and fills me up and empowers me. So again, I honor that this person and the other people who have tried to be my spiritual teachers or life coaches to in any way, shape, or form try and shift or change me. I honor that they're trying to be helpful, and they're coming from a place of ignorance. So far, I've maybe received 20, 30, 40 comments offering me advice, trying to shift something, and I don't think one of them I think one of them was a little helpful. So, and so this is the problem with the modern satsang movement. Teaching happens one-to-one, where an awake being is tuned in to the student. And that's not what's happening at all. We're getting the opposite, just like this. We're getting sort of spiritual principles kind of like crushed onto the individual and attempting to crush the individual. Felicidades. Hi, felicidades. I think that's some Spanish version of hello. I mean, Feliz Navidad is Merry Christmas, so maybe Feliz Merry something. Thank you for that comment, and thanks so much for joining in.